Hey YouTube, it's Catalova. If you want more MotoAmerica content, check out the new and vastly improved MotoAmerica Live Plus app. It's the only place you can catch all the race action in one place all season long. Click the link in the description below.
There he is, Hayden Gillum carrying that #1 plate, but Jason Uribe right alongside him.
Yeah, and great start for Ashton Yates as well. Benjamin Smith, Andrew Lee, and Nolan Lampkin.
Going back to row #3, you have Travis Wyman. He said they've been working on some dry weather setups and hoping to make some gains today. Richard Kerr doing the same, and Bryce Prince came into the weekend strong in the championship standings, looking to rebound and get himself back onto the podium.
Row 5, Bradley Ward, glad to see him back in MotoAmerica. JC Camacho and Anthony Norton.
Going back to row #7, you've got Tyler Bingford, Dan Dickerman, John Knowles, Manuel Segura, Steven Shakespeare, and we have Joseph Giannotto back there on row #8. Mike Bishop rounding out our 25 rider field. It's time for Stock 1000, race #2, officially the halfway point of this 10-race championship.
Another great start for Hayden Gillum for Poba. You can see gets in a little bit deep, able to hold the line.
And another rider going deep right off of the racetrack. Did you see? It's hard to tell who that is.
It's kind of hard to tell from there. You see Hayden Gillum, Jason Uribe, another great start for him. He wants to latch on to Hayden just like he did yesterday. Ashton Yates, Benjamin Smith, Hayden knows these guys are going to try to be aggressive with him early, knowing he's got the pace and they do not want to let him get away.
No, and it's not just the pace that he has, but he's able to consistently be quicker. But Jason Uribe, you said it, he doesn't want to let him get away, and he is right there on that rear tire of Hayden Gillum. We now know that it was Andrew Lee from the 5th place starting position. He was the rider that went wide and is now rejoined at the tail end of the field.
These top 4 have really latched together there. You can see they're starting to pull away from the rest of the group, Richard Kerr and Nolan Lampkin. But, like Hayden said, these guys were going to try to latch on, and so far they have.
That was one of the things that Hayden has been so aware of as he is in defense of this championship, is the fact that each weekend the rest of the competition will continue to get closer and closer. He can by no way just rest on the success that he's been able to enjoy. He has to be smart. He's got to be calculated and control the race at a pace that he's able to run while still managing the tire. Let everybody else push it.
Yeah, and he got into turn 13 there a little bit deep, making a mistake. Hayden's in a tough spot. We see a crash right here, 2 riders. You see the corner worker running over there, number 52, John Knowles, is one of the riders down. I'm not sure if it was another one or just John.
The Orange Cat Racing team. This is the Jason Uribe's team watching on as
Hayden's down.
Hayden has gone down. Jason Uribe was right there. See him running back to the bike.
Down the hill, turn 13, down into 14, just loses the front end. You can see how fast that downhill is there. It puts a lot of weight on the front end.
You said they're
very close, and their lap times have been really close, with the 41 and the best. But the race pace is a little bit slower today, and I think a lot of it has to do with the track temperature being up. You can see how sunny it is. When the track temperature's up, the grip's not as well, and then also Hayden able to set that pace. But these guys are being really consistent. Previous laps were kind of in the higher 42s, and it seems like once he lowered the pace a little bit as the race winds down, he's able to pull out almost about a second gap.
Quickest bike out on the racetrack right now, though, continues to be our pole sitter.
You can continue pushing until you get to about what the gap that he has now. He has about 3 seconds. He was 2 seconds out. You see Benjamin Smith now trying to make a move there into turn 6. Wasn't close enough, but he did push Ashton a little bit wide there, and he was able to make the pass. Yeah, great spectating for the riders as well. It's just so fun with the elevations. Jason Uribe's only got to do one more lap. He's still in the mid 142 range, 7.5 second lead. Now in the last lap, Benjamin Smith's going to come across the line second, Ashton Yates third.
On this final lap of the 13-lap race here, race #2 for Stock 1000. Officially into the second half of their championship season, and Jason Uribe very quickly letting everyone know that this thing is anything but over. Hayden Gillum may have his own 4 victories, but Jason Uribe is doing everything he can, not making any mistakes on this final lap to get his second.
Not making any mistakes today. Last race as well, when he won the race, he's able to get out there and be consistent. He talked about his confidence has been growing as this season has winding on, and you can see it in his riding as well. And when as many races as he keeps winning and getting on podiums, that confidence is just going to continue to grow. And Hayden Gillum now is only a second behind Bryce Prince.
And Hayden Gillum has made that pass around Bryce Prince, just as you went to say that, Roger. So Hayden Gillum now up into 6th place and knocking on the door of Nolan Lampkin. But up front, it is all about Jason Uribe. He put his head down as soon as he saw that moment for Hayden Gillum and didn't put a wheel wrong. Able to run the pace that he knew he was capable of running, not having to push the bike, not having to push the tire, doing exactly what he needed to do to control it. Let everybody else fight back behind him. Benjamin Smith able to take advantage of the rear grip that Ashton Yates was looking for and get around him. Now has built a 2-second gap over Ashton Yates, but look at Jason Uribe. Taking the checkered flag and the win. What great audio as he crossed that checkered flag, getting his 2nd win of the season. Here's Benjamin Smith coming across to finish in 2nd. That gap over Ashton Yates to round out our podium, but Hayden Gillum is not finished. See Hayden Gillum just getting around Richard Kerr and Nolan Lampkin. Hayden Gillum all the way up to 4th place after falling off, picking it up, getting back out there in 14th. He was able to ride all the way up to a top 5 result. Taking that win over Benjamin Smith and Ashton Yates, rounding out our podium.
Yeah, Hayden Gillum back in the 4th there. See how that ends up with Nolan Lampkin 5th, Richard Kerr 6th,